Concept. What is the self-concept? Well, the self-concept is your bundle of beliefs about yourself and every part of your life and your world. So, as an entrepreneur, as a salesperson or marketer, your self-concept determines how well you perform in your field. You have a self-concept about how good you are at prospecting, identifying needs, presenting solutions, handling objections, and closing deals. So the question is what is your self-concept? How are you at public speaking? How are you at prospecting? How are you at identifying needs, asking questions, presenting solutions, handling objections, and closing? And the answer, it doesn't matter how good you are. It matters what your self-concept is, and recognizing and identifying that you need to become better. You want to become better. Your goal is to become better. And in that, recognizing that these are my weaknesses, here's what I'm afraid of. I'm actually afraid of public speaking. Why? Because I don't know what to say. I think people are judging me. Okay, so now you identify the issue, and now you can work on rectifying that. So the self-concept is your bundle of beliefs. Now, in conjunction of that, the enemy of your self-concept is your comfort zone, right? We almost never surpass our level of comfort, our self-concept. If we only believe we are worthy of something, then that's all it is. If we believe we're only worthy of making, $15 an hour, and that people like me don't make more than that, people from where I come from don't make more than that, I'm not worthy, then it's very, very slim chance you're going to overcome that. But the world is full of people that have faced adversity, and by all indications shouldn't achieve the results they should achieve. They start from such a bad place, but they go on to achieve great things because of their self-concept, because they recognize that if someone else did it, I can do it. No one's better than me. God doesn't make no junk. And so when it comes to earning your income, you always align with how much you believe you're capable of making. And that's true. So it's very, very, very challenging for someone that's at zero to visualize and jump and believe they can become a millionaire in the next 60 days. It's a lot easier for people to sit back and say, I'm at zero, I can get to 10,000 within this time. You get to 10,000, I can get to this time. They do it in chunks. People can usually get their head around that. So I encourage you to where are you stuck? What's your comfort zone? And what can you do? What is the next logical level that you think you can achieve in the next 30 to 90 days? Now, we're going to break free from these self-limiting beliefs that hold us back and reset our internal compass to guide us towards where we truly want to go. That is the goal of this segment, is to break free from these limiting beliefs. Whatever you believe to be true is true. All right, let me say that again. Whatever you believe to be true is true to you. It doesn't mean it's true. If you only believe that you are worth making $15 an hour, nothing more, and someone with the exact same skill sets as you believes that they are worthy of making $30 an hour, they're going to make that $30 an hour, and you're going to usually be stuck at the 15 because you don't believe it's possible for you. So without a lot of luck, you're not going to achieve it. And so we need to break free of these self-limiting beliefs. And once we have our self-concept, we have three pieces that make up the self-concept. And if we can focus on this, then we can improve drastically on where we want to go and the speed in which to get there. So part of the self-concept is your self-ideal. It's the vision of the person that you want to become, right? It represents your highest values, your goals, and the qualities you admire and strive for in yourself. It's the mental image of your best possible self, guiding your actions and decisions as you work towards personal and professional growth. The self-ideal often drives, motivates, and shapes how you see your future and success and fulfillment. So, what do you see possible for yourself? This is a moment to dream. What is the self-ideal? What's possible for you? And then once you come to that, I'm going to ask you, why not the next level? If you sit back and you say, you know, $60,000 a year, why not 70? And once you get to 70, why not 80? What is your self-ideal? What is the vision of the person you aspire to become? What is your self-ideal? How do you look physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, right? That's your self-ideal. So we want to have a self-ideal of someone that we want to be and who we aspire to be, right? All helps build our self-concept. The other piece of that is your self-image. And your self-image is the mental pictures or perceptions you have of yourself, including your beliefs about your abilities, your appearance, personality, and your worth. It reflects how you see yourself in relation to others and the world, shaping your confidence and behavior. Your self-image can influence your actions and outcomes, as it often aligns with what you believe you're capable of achieving in various areas of your life. Now, I know someone that loves music, not playing music, but just loves music. And they could be very, very good at having a show that talks about music and the different albums that influence the world and different bands and the different things. I mean, they love it. But they won't do their own show for one reason and one reason only. They think they're ugly. And they don't want to put themselves on camera because they think that they're being judged. Now, I've tried to articulate to him that people like Steven Tyler, Aerosmith, and Tom Petty, these people were not initially when they were younger thought of attractive, but they became attractive and had many people and women and people loved them. Also, too, he has had many girlfriends. He's been married. And as I said to him, nobody's looking at you like the Elephant Man when you walk into a mall going, oh my God, it's hideous. Nobody. So this is only in your own mind, because if you truly were hideous and not good looking, you wouldn't have ever gotten a girlfriend. You definitely wouldn't have had great, beautiful kids. But it doesn't matter. His self-concept is his self-concept. And there's no changing it. For whatever reason, there's just no changing it. So what you believe you are is true. So how you see yourself, right, is your self-image. And we either have a good self-image or a negative self-image. And it's very important that we change that, because we only usually rise to the level of our self-image. Now, finally, self-esteem. Self-esteem is the overall sense of self-worth and personal value you have. It reflects how much you respect and appreciate yourself, including your abilities, accomplishments, and inherent qualities. High self-esteem means having confidence in who you are and feeling deserving. Again, feeling deserving of success and happiness. While low self-esteem can lead to self-doubt, insecurity, and feelings of inadequacy. So when you look at yourself and you think of your self-concept as three basic parts: self-ideal, self-image, and self-esteem. Where are you? Where are you on your self-ideal? Where are you in your self-image? And where are you in your self-esteem? And wherever you are is fine. You can change that by having strategies in place to do that. Now, most of us, our self-concept has been given to us by people that we are around, our families, our culture, our churches, our community. They help ingrain in us, and we are usually who we are in our self-concept in and around the age of 6 or 7. So you've met those little kids, 5, 6, 7, that are very confident in that, and you've seen the little ones that are very timid and afraid. Some of it's genetics, but a lot of it is their surroundings and the support they have, the encouragement they have to be that confident person, to have that self-image, to have that self-esteem, to have that self-ideal. So in developing the self-concept, we need to recognize that you weren't born with a self-concept. Everything you believe about yourself today has been learned from your experiences since infancy. Okay? You weren't born negative. There is no negative babies. Yes, they cry for food, and yes, they cry and are afraid of loud sounds. Well, that's pretty much it. And we weren't born with a self-concept. It was ingrained into us. And now you have the power to change that and choose to have a different self-concept of yourself. Every attitude, belief, and fear you have today has been learned. Therefore, and this is the key part, if any part of your self-concept doesn't serve your goals, you have the power to change. You have the power to change your self-concept. And to me, that is liberating. That is invigorating. So I encourage you to sit down and ask yourself some honest questions. Why do you believe what you believe? Why do you feel what you feel? And why do you think what's achievable is what's achievable? Why do you not believe in more? Whatever you believe is possible, there's always a level higher. Whatever you believe is possible for health, you can get healthier. Whatever you believe is possible for muscle gain, you can be better. Whatever you believe is possible for earnings, you can earn more. Whatever you believe is possible for prospecting skills, closing skills, asking questions, you can always be better. There is no cap on how good you can be. It's just different levels. It's different perspectives based on the level you're at right now. Someone that's on the first floor of a 20-story building sees a different perspective, a different world, a different view than the person that's on the 20th floor. When you're on the first floor, you have a lot of things blocking your view. You have high rises and buildings that are blocking the sunlight. You can only see what you can see from the first floor. But once you get up to the 20th floor, you usually can see over the other buildings. You can see the sun, the sunset, the mountains, the landscape. You have a different perspective and view than the person that's on the first floor, but you're still both on the same road. You're still both in the same building. You're both in the same industry. So building your self-concept is critically important.